So I've decided that we need another legal team. And so I've extended the tower. We've got another legal team in here. It is legal team 3 day and night, and they're going to be dealing with some of the patents because the patents were not getting filed quick enough. I'm also slightly annoyed that it is June 2021 and I'm only just starting to research systems, hardware, 2D, 3D, and audio, so we might be a little bit late on these. But my hope is that having now 3, well, technically 6 different legal teams is going to make it a little bit easier to go through and get all of the patents for all of these things before other companies manage to research them, because that's basically, unfortunately, what's happened with a few of these things. Final Interactive, for example, got audio in 2017. Now, we weren't trying to do all of this in 2017, but we also didn't manage to get 2019 or 2020 audio because other companies are successfully researching those things before we can file the patent. So we have to be quick. We have to be on top of this. Research typically isn't too much of a problem, but filing the patents does take a while. And so that's what has me worried. Now, in other news, we have talked about this. We have talked about the fact that there is one more stabby face game, and it is time that we go ahead and start working on that because we really want to try and get Bella to work on this. We're not doing another space command, so I can give Sergeant Stabby Face 4, which is what this is going to be. It's not going to be Sally Stabby Face 2. Have I been doing the full word Sergeant, or have I been doing SGT? How have I been titling these things? I should know this. I've been spelling it out. Good to know. All right. So instead of this, it is going to be, instead of Sally, it is SERGANT, Sergeant Stabby Face 4. And there have been a few suggestions. One Last Stab or The Last Stab has been relatively popular, and I'm going to be honest, I like The Last Stab. I think that's a good place because it's kind of like The Last Stand, except it's not. It's about stabbing someone in naturally the face. So I think that's what we're going to go for. We can throw physics in here. It's a first-person shooter. Of course, it should have some physics. We're going to do... I don't want to do VR support, man. I don't think we need to do that. I think digital exclusive music could be kind of fun. I think that's a fun idea. So we'll throw that in there as well. We're kind of going all out with this, although if I take that out, we're still looking at approximately 3 years. You know what? We'll do the music. It's going to be totally fine. Existing framework. Are we going to get anything out of one of our frameworks? I have my doubts. By the looks of it, none of this is useful, which is great. So this is all outdated, meaning this is still going to take a little while to put together, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know what? It's totally fine. We'll go for 2D editors, hoping to use my own things, of course. We have Pixel 11 in here, which is beautiful. We are hopefully going to be looking at Voxel 8, and we're hopefully going to be looking for Echo 9, which is beautiful. When it comes to operating systems, we'll do the usual mix of the top, say 3 in this case. We will throw Frame OS 4 in there, and I also want to go down and make sure Nebula 2 and Xbox 360 are supported because they will be out by the time this is done. It's a lot of operating systems, but it's also 6.1 million potential consumers, which is fantastic news. In terms of focus for this, we kind of want to go in on graphics a little bit, so we'll apply that. We're going to have 100% interest regardless, so that's totally fine. And the lead designer is, of course, going to be Bella on this one, who has never done a Sergeant Stabby Face game before, but that's totally fine. I also want to have a look at my game dev teams because game dev 2 isn't doing anything right now, so I kind of want to throw them into the mix as well and make sure that it is kind of exclusively game dev teams working on this. It's still going to be approximately 3 years, probably closer to 4, so there is a solid chance that Bella is not going to be with the company when this releases, which is very sad because that means that my character is not going to be with the company, and that means that Bob isn't going to be with the company either. But I'm willing to give this a shot. I'm willing to see what we can do with it. So let's start developing, I guess. Your product depends on other products which are still in development. You won't be able to release your product before those products have been released. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, we absolutely are going to start working on Sergeant Stabby Face 4, The Last Stab. But you know, I'd also kind of like to look at doing some add-ons for, say, Space Command 6 or Sally Stabby Face. That seems like something we could do. given that we have 1.3 million active users for Space Command 6 right now and just shy of 1 million for Sally Snappy Face. So for Space Command 6, even though we're not doing another game, we can do some packs in here. We could do like a little storyline, which we could call, how do you spell epilogue? E-P-I-L-O-G-U-E. We'll call it, I don't know, the Commander's Epilogue, kind of like Captain's Log, except Commander's Epilogue. It's a thing. We'll do a little bit of a story in there. We'll do some cutscenes, a little bit of dialogue. We'll do some environmental objects, and we can maybe bring up the gameplay here, because that seems like a great idea. We can bring up the gameplay with some new music, which seems like a great idea, and I guess some AI as well. In terms of graphics, I want to max that out a little bit. And that seems good. This seems like a good place to be. Now we'll use Pixel 11 for this. We will use Voxel 8 for this. And we will of course use Echo 9. And then the teams working on this will be Game Dev 1 and 2, which are the guys working on the new Sergeant Stabby Face. Honestly, I'm okay with that. It's less than a year to do this. They should be able to manage. They should be perfectly fine at this. We'll start developing it. And I think for Sally Stabby Face, maybe we do an expansion as well. It's not as popular as Space Command 6, but I think it might be worthwhile because I would like to see if we can pass $100,000 in sales revenue in a single month. So these things are still managing to do, 12.6 here, 11.8 here. I would like to see if we can also get, 12 million from an expansion here and 11 million from an expansion there. So we will do an expansion for this as well. I'm not really too sure what in my mind this is going to be. We can add guns, which is good. We'll add a bunch of guns. That seems like something worth doing. We'll add some character customization because that seems kind of fun as well. And we can do, I don't know, so we'll do, this will be a new map pack or something like that. So it has some new character stuff, has some new guns, has some new maps. We can call it, I don't know, the gamer pack, the jumbo add-on, the overhaul. I don't know, you know what? We've referenced Halo a whole bunch in this series and in previous Suffering series. Let's call it the Mythic pack. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. It's going to be the Heroic pack. If we do another one, it'll be Legendary and then it'll be Mythic. If you've played Halo, you know where I'm coming at with that. So same story here. We're not going to be doing anything with audio, which is totally fine. So Pixel 11 and Voxel 8, same team's going to work on it. I'm pretty sure expansion packs are small enough that they should be able to do this. Although I will make the expansions the priorities here because I'd like them to be done a little bit quicker. In fact, I wonder if it would make more sense to split the expansions across the two teams. So both teams will have 2 tasks, except, only one of those is going to be an expansion per team. We've been nominated in all 4 categories. Best employer, I'm assuming, is going to continue to be me. Best product better not be Sports Ball. It's Echo 9. Best designer is presumably going to be me. And then most profitable product is going to be Voxel 8. That was 4 gold awards right there. I don't know. Have we ever had all 4 golden before? We probably have, and probably in this series, and I'm just forgetting, but this is a really satisfying wall to look at. It is still kind of sad that I can't put these up anywhere, but I don't know. Maybe we should build a vault at some point. I have seen a couple of people mentioning that I haven't played with the gold and stuff like that in this series, so maybe that's something we do at some point in the near future. I have been thinking of building a factory out here, like an old sort of red brick looking factory like we've built before in this series. We don't need one, but I love the idea of having one because I love what they look like. I think they look really, really neat. So I've been tempted to do that and move all of my product printing into an old-timey factory. That might be something we do today. If not, it might be something we do in the next episode, which is almost guaranteed to be our last episode. I'm just going to let you know right now that we've got this and we got one more and we're probably done with softwaring for the year. At least, well, there's maybe a little something, but we're probably done with softwaring for the year, just so you're aware. But we're not done yet. We're going to focus on what we're doing today and everything's going to be good. Now, the Heroic pack. Oh, hold on a minute. Hardware research is done. We want to patent that and send it off to, let's see. All of my legal teams are working on the patent for 2D 2020. Interesting. Let's say that legal 1 is going to work on this, and that'll be fine. And we'll take, I guess, legal 1 off of this. So the 2 smaller teams can deal with the patent, and then legal 1 can deal with this one. So we'll move that up to here, which is totally fine. We can also start developing the heroic pack, which is fantastic news. It really doesn't look like it's going to take too long to get done, which is fantastic. I think in terms of marketing it, I'm going to wait for it to be done. We'll put it into beta. We'll give it maybe 3 months marketing and just sort of send it out the door. We're also done with this 2D 2020 patent, which is fantastic. So I guess we can assign our legal 2 and 3 teams back to this one, and that's hopefully going to generate some money at some point. All right, so with the heroic pack in beta, let's take a look at our releases and see how we're doing. The heroic pack is for Sally Stabby Face, which was December 2020. Let's market this guy for, well, 2021. We're in July right now, so August, September. Let's do October for that one. We can start working on a press release, which is going to go to marketing 4. I'm kind of okay with that. We can also get marketing 4 to do some hyping for this because they're not doing quite as much as marketing 5 right now. And we will send out a press build of this because it already has 30,000 followers. I suspect it's going to be a little bit busy. We can maybe do, I don't know, let's do 1 million copies. That seems ambitious, but we'll go for it because it's probably going to be fine. At least I'm hoping it's going to be fine. I'm also curious to see how many people are going to be following this once we, yeah, 250,000 and climbing rapidly. I think we're going to be good. I think 1 million copies might be a fair bet given how quickly this is going up. So not bad. I'm kind of excited about this. I was having a conversation with someone on Discord about this on the ConflictNerd Discord, by the way, discord.gg/ConflictNerd. And there was mention of how they have I think it was a video game franchise that's like 25, it's something like 25 years old. It's a single game that's still making money 25 years later because of expansions. So I feel like getting in on the expansions is not a bad idea, and sort of keeping people interested in games via expansions is not a bad idea. It's working for World of Warcraft, so I would assume it's also potentially going to work in Software Inc. I would hope it's going to work in Software Inc. because that's kind of what we're gambling on here. We're looking at a lot of followers for the heroic pack. We're still looking at a good amount of money from all of these as well, and we're looking at this hardware patent being done, which is beautiful news. Audio research is very close to being done too, so we can hopefully get that patented. And I'll be honest, I really wish I could automate this. I really do. I would love to be able to. Why? It's the middle of the day, guys. Why? What? They keep trying. I love that they can't get in anymore. I really do. It's one of my favorite things. Anyway, the commander's epilogue is ready to develop as well. That is hopefully not going to take very long. It doesn't look like it will. Audio research is done as well. So we'll go ahead and start working on that patent, which is all of my legal teams. Hopefully they get it done so I can make money off of it. But again, if they don't, it's not the end of the world. All right, so it is October 2021, which means heroic pack is good to go. It is still gaining followers. We don't have enough copies in stock for this, which is worth keeping in mind, but we're going to send it out. It is 5 across the board. The marketing campaign for this, honestly, I'm going to say like 25,000 because these things tend to fall off pretty quickly. You kind of have to keep churning them out. So we'll see how this goes. We'll move the heroic pack up to the top right here, keeping in mind that is an expansion for Sally Stabby Face. Commander's epilogue is scheduled for December 2021, so a year after the game came out, which is totally fine. And I'm slightly tempted to say that we should start working on another one of these just because it seems kind of, I don't know, it seems interesting. So we'll call it the Legendary Pack. It is going to be another map pack. It will have some environmental objects, character customization, and guns. Bring the gameplay up a little bit, bring the graphics up a little bit, which we can't do. We'll bring this one up instead, which lets us max it out. So same story. We will do pixel 11. We will do voxel 8. and it's going to go to the same set of teams. So Game Dev 2. In fact, Game Dev 3. This is the sports ball team, but they already have some tasks. So you know what? We'll do this and see how it goes. I guess we can just start working on this. The legendary pack is, 1.1 million potential consumers. We'll start developing it. Hopefully not going to take too long to do that. Although it looks like the design phase is going very, very quickly, which is always good to see. I will say I'm very interested to see how this goes. I'm very curious to see how this goes. We've kind of lost a little bit of money here, which is all right, but it is still unavoidable. People are excited about it. 1.2 million followers. It should be fine. I'm a little curious. We are above $5 billion now for the company, just by the way. But the heroic pack is going to make a grand total of, please be good, $20 million. Oh my God. We just did $98.9 million in sales revenue. That's so close to where I wanted it to be. In saying that, and in fairness, if we look at the details for Sally Stabby Face, it just shot up with that expansion going out. So that's not bad. We just got 15 million in profit from that add-on alone. That is incredible. That is incredible. 2021 research is done. We'll go ahead and start working on patenting that. Almost 250,000 followers for Commander's Epilogue is kind of huge. It also has no bugs to fix, which is great news. We'll go ahead and start printing, I don't know, 1 million of these as well. And we should probably bring the heroic pack down a little bit to a maximum of, let's say, 100,000, just to make sure that everything's all right. If it does another 20 million in sales, we might need more of that, but we'll see. Legendary pack, we can start developing. Hopefully isn't going to take too long to do. Hopefully we can churn those out every couple of months for a little bit, at least for 3 of them. We'll see how it goes. Pixel 12 has gone out. It is outstanding and inspiring, which is great. Needs to make about 1 million to break even. I'm sure it'll have no problem doing that. And also interestingly, Sports Ball 6 has gone out in November 2021, which is outstanding and inspiring. That's particularly interesting because Sports Ball 5 was February 2021. It finally happened. We finally did it. Also worth pointing out, Sports Ball 5 did end up making money, albeit not very much. It's no Sports Ball 4 with 87.9 million. But yeah, we've had 2 Sports Ball releases within a year. They turned this around in like 9 months. That's that's kind of incredible. I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh man, this game. Software Inc., man, it's really something special. If you have been watching this series and you have not picked up this game yet, absolutely do. It's just some of the stuff you can do. It's just as a storytelling tool, it's something that I really love. Like, I know it's a bit, I mean, it's probably appropriate given the channel name. It's a little bit nerdy. It's a little cheesy. It's kind of dorky, but I love the idea of crafting these narratives about what is Sergeant Stabby Face? Like, what is that? What would that game be in this weird universe? Why is my company doing that? What is my company thinking? I love that stuff. I really, really do. It's so much fun. We also just turned another 6.3 million from the heroic pack. We've got 19 million from Sally Stabby Face with $93.9 million in sales revenue, which makes me think that releasing Commander's Epilogue with 2.1 million followers. Wow. Okay. I think it'll be fine. It's got an unreleased press release. That's all right. It's 5 across the board. Give it a marketing budget, $25,000, and everything should be all right. I'm expecting this to make some money, is what I'm expecting. I'm also expecting it might not have enough copies in stock. So let's change that maximum to 2 million for a moment, because I think it might need to be about 2 million, and we'll see how that goes. Now, the question that I have is, yeah, the legendary pack is good to go. There are bugs to fix in here. So let's aim for February 2022. and give it a little bit of, I don't know, a press build. We'll send that out. We'll go ahead and start hyping it because I think that's important. I don't think we need to do much else with it. That's good. That's really, really good. If the commander's epilogue happens to make an absolute ton of money, we're going to do another one of those. I mean, it will, but should I just do another one right away? I'm feeling really cheeky doing this, but it just seems like a no-brainer, you know? It just seems like, given how much money, I mean, the add-on for this has done 20 million now. So it just, yeah. Okay. I don't want to make a sequel. I do want to make an expansion. And I guess if we've done the epilogue for Space Command 6, we'll do another one called like Deep Space. This is like expanding to the, you're going out to the edge of the universe. It's a little teaser for what might follow Space Command 6. Spoiler, it'll be nothing, but it's something like that. In my head, it's like you're going to the edge of space. What is out there? Oh, here's a teaser for the next game that's going to be at the edge of space. That's my idea. We'll do some cutscenes that give us some graphics. We'll do some dialogue, which gives us some story and some gameplay. We can do some environmental objects, which we don't need. We need gameplay, which in this case can be a bit of music, and I don't know, we need more graphics as well. So what can I do? Sprites and gameplay. That'll be fine. We'll use Pixel 11 for this. We will use Voxel 8 for this, and we will use Echo 9 for this. And the teams can be, you know what? Put Game Dev 2 on this as well. We'll just put everybody on it. It's an expansion. It doesn't take all that long. So we'll go ahead and develop that, which should be very quick to do. And so as 2021 draws to a close, we are going to be looking at a grand total of a certain amount of money, $18.9 million from Commander's epilogue. That brought us to 14.6 for Space Command, 13.6 for Sally Stabby Face, and still 4.6 right here. It's not the same monthly profits. We are unfortunately, I mean, don't get me wrong, $80 million in net profit is great. 97.1 for sales is great. I was hoping for a little bit more. I was hoping for just a little bit more. Anyway, we'll get back to researching things because that seems kind of important. So in this case, it is going to be systems research since it's January. We're going to be doing hardware as well. We're basically doing everything. Now, I would like to take a second to check my project management because, interestingly, Sports Ball 7 looks like it's going to take longer. It is a June 2023 release, meaning there's not going to be one in 2022 because this will get brought forward most likely, but it's probably not getting brought forward by 6 or 7 months. So that's probably good, all things considered. Now that they're sort of slowing down a little bit, we might be more likely to keep the outstanding quality of the Sports Ball franchise. We have Notebook 7 in December this year. We have Plumbob 7 in June of this year. FrameOS 6 is aiming for December 2025, so a good few years away, although it will probably get brought forward a little bit. We're looking at July of 2023 for Echo 10. Pixels 13 is aiming for October 2023, probably going to be a little bit earlier than that. And January this year is Voxel 9. Let me have a look and see how things are doing though. Sports Ball, a little bit of money, could be better, but that's not terrible. Pixel 12, a little bit of money, could be better, not terrible. And surprisingly, Sports Ball 5 is still selling as well. So we're seeing everything make a profit, even if the quality isn't necessarily stellar, but that's totally fine by me. As long as Voxel goes out this month, we'll be good. Obviously, Deep Space is being worked on. That's probably not going to take too long. And Legendary Pack with over 1 million followers, we should probably start printing you. In fact, change you because you've got way too many units in stock now. We'll take a 0 off of all of this and change it to about 100,000. That's probably never going to run out of stock, but that's all right. How are we looking for Voxel 9? Outstanding and inspiring. You'll love to see it. Do we have anything that's run out of stock and losing sales? We do. Sports Ball 5 and Pixel 11. So that means we need to go in here and we need to make sure that if we sort by releases, we want, oh, interesting. Wait, what? was running out of stock and losing sales. Did it just say Sports Ball 5? Interesting. Okay, in that case, let's just put everything in there. Let's get Space Command 6 and Sally Stabby Face being updated. It's a lot of work for these guys, but it also lets them port it automatically. It's just generally going to be good because I don't have to stay on top of it, especially since I'm kind of focusing on these expansions right now. It just seems like a good idea to let the updates team sort of do their thing for now. I do love that we're getting so much money from these expansions, though. I really, really do. I'm hoping that the legendary pack next month can kind of just push things over a little bit. I'm hoping Deep Space is going to help us out as well. I really don't think it's going to take too long to do. And I could probably give it a release date before it moves into alpha or beta, but I just want to play it safe. I just want to play it safe, and I just want to be all right. So we'll see what happens. Legendary pack either way is good to go. So we're going to go ahead and release that, which is 5 across the board. 25,000 in marketing is totally fine by me. And we'll see how that goes. We'll move it up to, move it right up to here. Commander's Epilogue just did another 11.7 million, which is kind of wild, all things considered. Heroic pack's down to 1.6 million. We can end marketing on that. I really don't think we need to continue with it. We could try and further support King Doom with some expansions. It is 4 years old at this point. It did 150 million. I think we're probably good there. I don't really think we need to worry too much about it. Sally Stabby Face, in terms of profits, where is it? It's right about there. It's wild. I love the amount of money we've made from video games. I love doing that, man. I really do. It's another one of my favorite things with this. You know, making operating systems and phones and consoles is cool, but making video games and having like super successful video games, as someone that kind of lives and breathes video games for their job, it's very, very cool seeing this weird sort of like, again, it's all about that like narrative that I was talking about, you know? It's just very cool. It is just really, really cool. I really like it. Escape violations. Oh, yeah. So I copied and pasted a floor up here and I forgot to put stairs on it again. I keep doing that. Let's very quickly just get some wait, can I not? Oh, I have to put them here, don't I? There we go. All right, we're good. We got the stairs. People can get out of there now if there's a fire. All right, it's once again the end of a month. It is the end of February 2022, which means we're going to see how the legendary pack does. We're looking at a grand total of $17.6 million, which gives us $101,947,000 in sales revenue. It is not the highest net profit that we've ever had, but that is absolutely wild. If we go and look at my releases and we look by most recent and we look at Sally Stabby Face, $37 million from add-on revenue. For Space Command 6, it's 28, which is a lot. That's a fair amount of money. We just did 7 million there. It's a wild amount of money. It is really kind of making me think that if we just keep churning out expansions, we could probably turn these into some of the most profitable pieces of software that this company has ever put out. So I guess with that in mind, we're going to do one more for Sally Stabby Face. We're going to be doing the Mythic pack on this one because we still have Deep Space for Space Command 6. So the Mythic pack is going to be maps because of course it will. We'll do big maps. We can do something that has some graphics in here just to max that out. And we'll do something that's a little bit of gameplay. We'll do maybe some guns. We'll keep it relatively simple. It's a little smaller scale, but it should be easy enough to do and should be very quick to do, which is the important thing that we're looking for. So we'll throw the usual suspects at it. We'll start developing it, really not expecting it to take too long. And if we look down here, ooh, hardware for this year is done. We'll start working on that. Deep Space is about halfway there. Oh, now this is a problem. Kelsey Becker has retired, which I believe leaves, yeah, Voxel Management has now lost their project leader. Okay. That's slightly concerning. Let's hire someone that can be a leader. We don't really need anything secondary. We need automation. We don't need HR. We don't need this. We'll do automation and multitasking. And if we have a look here, we have you. You're kind of fantastic. So you're going to be going to management voxel. And then if we go to management voxel, which is going to be right about here, we want to change your role out to be the team leader. And then we need to assign you to this project. So management. Oh, hold on a minute. What was your name? Who are we looking for here? Employees. Elsa is who we are looking for. So ELSA right there. Hopefully that's going to keep us good, and hopefully we're going to be okay with that. Research is done for audio 2022. We'll go ahead and start patenting that. Might be a little bit slow, but we'll figure it out. The Mythic pack looks like it's going to be done in basically a month, which is amazing news. So marketing for this, it's currently March. Let's say April, May. You know what? I'm just going to say May for this thing. That seems like a really quick turnaround, but I think we can pull it off. Yeah, we'll say May of this year. It's immediately going to get followers. We'll start hyping it because of course we will, and we'll send out a press build of it. I don't know if I'm getting a little bit carried away with this. I might be getting a little bit cocky with this, but it seems like we're kind of doing all right. Mythic pack followers immediately 500,000. Okay. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing fine. Sure. Let's just do a 1.5 million units can be printed, I guess. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. If we look at my releases again, we're looking at these guys, 201, 205. They are very quickly climbing the charts here. This one, 47.9 from expansions. I need to, you know what? The next time we do Software Inc., I am doing so many expansions for everything. Now, what's also interesting is Deep Space is good to go. So I'm going to be particularly cheeky. It is currently April. I'm going to say May for this because it immediately gets a bunch of followers. We'll do a press build. We will start hyping it because that's totally fine. It's maybe a little ambitious to try and push them both out at the same time. This one's kind of losing followers now, but I think we'll be okay. I think we can pull this off. The other good news is Xbox 360 is so close to being done. That is hugely exciting. That's kind of the next big thing for this company is hopefully going to be Xbox 360 and Nebula 2. But man, oh man, I can't believe what I'm pulling off with these expansions. It feels really cheeky. I'll be honest, it really does, but I just don't care. Anyway, it is now May of 2022. We're looking at almost 1.6 million followers for Deep Space. We're going to be approaching 2 million for Mythic Pack. Deep Space is actually just going absolutely wild here. Both of them with over 2 million followers is something I really didn't expect to see here. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. That is so much. I don't think we need marketing campaigns for these, to be quite honest with you. I think we can end marketing for that. We'll end marketing for you. We'll keep marketing the games because that's important. And then I guess for Deep Space, we might need to print more copies. We'll see what happens. We were not printing it. Oh boy. That might be problematic. We'll just, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna print them because if I don't, it's gonna cost me a lot of money. Let's print like 2 million copies of that. We can only do 172,000 right now, which is great because I took some deals to print stuff by December. So I'm going to bring these numbers way down because these are companies that are not me. And so therefore I don't particularly care about them. Bring these numbers down even further. That one's a little bit too low, so bring you up a little bit. We can now do 226,000. This guy is still aiming for 1.5 million. I think we can bring that down as well to like 100,000 and be totally fine. 373,000 can get printed here now, which is great. This one doesn't seem to have a goal. It has 2.6 million in stock, so again, we'll do maybe 100,000 just to kind of control that a little bit. We should be all right. We should be able to pull this off. I might need to order some copies, but we'll see what happens is what we'll do. So they have so many followers. Release you. We're looking at 5 across the board. We'll do again 20,000. You know what? We will order some copies because that seems like a safe bet. We will release you. 5s across the board. It wants me to order. You know what? I'm kind of thinking we do it. I'm kind of thinking we put in the order just to make sure everything's going to be all right. We'll bring these up to the top and see what happens with marketing and money and all that good stuff. Having a look in here, we can probably bring this number down a little bit now to 100,000 because there's 1.1 million in stock. We should be good there. Oh boy, this could be huge. This could be a really huge month for Nerdsoft. All things considered, $5.5 billion in company value right now. In fact, I think we're worth more than that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're worth 6.3 billion. So we're doing all right. My subsidiaries are doing pretty good as well. Lime Digital's doing all right. This is, this feels silly. This feels silly. I'm not gonna lie. It does feel a little bit silly. What I would like to do though, just while I'm here, I want to throw my phone team at an Xbox 360 to try and get it across the line, because it's hardware that's been holding it back. I would like to get this thing. I would like to get it into beta. I really, really would. We're also done with systems research for this year, which is great. So we'll throw that to the legal teams. And I think we need to start splitting up these patents. Another company finished researching systems before we could patent it. No. Is that the first year that we lost systems? Did we even start researching systems 2022? I think, no, wait. Hold on, wait, what? I have no idea. Okay, well, that's interesting. Huh, okay, well, let's finish the hardware patent, because that's gonna go nice and quickly. I'm a little upset about that, but you know what? We're fine. We're about to make the absolute motherload of money from expansions, so everything should be okay. Everything should be totally fine. I am very excited about what we might see here. Hoping for very good things. Let's patent hardware. Let's get this one done since it's nearly there as well. Hopefully Xbox 360 can just get into beta very, very soon. We can, oh, hello, Plumbub 7's gone out. It is great and inspiring. Could be better, but that's fine. Are we looking at any problems here? Problems, but nothing we can't deal with. So let's have a look at these expansions. Mythic Pack and Deep Space. We're looking at a grand total of, hopefully good money, $24 and $32 million. We just did 143 million in sales revenue, 116 million in net profits. Oh my God. Oh, there's no way. There's no way I'm printing money like this. We have done 74 million in profits for Sally Stabby Face off of add-ons alone. 58 for this one. That is unbelievable amounts of money. That is genuinely unbelievable amounts of money. I feel like I would be an idiot to not keep doing that, but I also feel like if I keep doing that, I'm just going to be sitting here forever. And we're just going to have another 20 minutes of this episode, another hour of this episode, where I'm just sitting and staring at a number going up, because we're printing money at this stage. That's all we're doing. These product printers over here, we've just set them to money mode. That is all we are doing. So you know what? I think just for the sake of making some progress, I want to say that starting to work on Sergeant Stabby Face 4 properly, like focusing on that, seems like the right thing to do. And what we'll do is for the next Software Inc. series in 2026, we can, we'll go hard in expansions for everything. We'll go all in on expansions. Can you imagine what would have happened if we did expansions for Private Stabby Face? Can you imagine how good that would have been? By the way, 4.4 million active users on Space Command 6 right now. I really would be an idiot to not do more expansions here, wouldn't I? 32 million from Deep Space. Man, I might be about to do it. I really might be about to do another expansion for these. I really want to get an Xbox 360 into beta though. I think that's really important. Also, Notebook 7 is outstanding and inspiring. That's good. Research for 2D 2022. We'll get that going as well. Another company finished researching 2D before we could patent it. Great. Beautiful. Oh my God, there's so many people retiring, and we have Plumbob 6 that's now losing sales because it needs to go to updates. Updates, by the way, struggling a little bit. That's not good. I guess they've probably, yeah, they've got way too many tasks. Oh my God. All right, we might need to cut some things out of here. Let's look at releases. We'll throw these in here. What year is it? 2022? Let's take out anything that is before 2015. Because I really don't think we need to be supporting anything. We really don't need to be supporting all of this anyway, but that's fine. Oh, are we best employer? Of course we are. Best product is going to be Voxel 9, and most profitable product, interestingly, is Sally Stabby Face. That checks out. That absolutely checks out. It's particularly interesting that that checks out though, because we got most profitable product for something that came out several years ago. I love that. I love that that's a thing you can do. I don't think I've ever done that before, but yeah, it absolutely makes sense that you can do that because naturally it's just printing money because of its expansions. So that does check out. Why have I just taken over all of these? Oh, I think the reason I have taken over all of these is because I took them out of, that makes sense. I took them out of that project. Okay. You know, this is probably why porting 3 is kind of stressed. Let's maybe just cancel all of these porting jobs because we're not project managing them and I'm not really interested in doing them. Seems a little bit unnecessary. Xbox 360 is ready to go into beta, which is amazing news. Do I have a marketing team that's not swamped with work? Marketing 4. Marketing 3 is super busy, but marketing 4 is doing fine. So how are we going to do this? Let's look at the event calendar. Do we have another console coming out? We don't. Not in December this year. We do have one in May of next year. We have a phone in December of next year. You know what? I'm going to do December this year. We're going to do a really quick turnaround on this. This might be a terrible idea, but I want to get this console out the door. I want to see how it goes. I'm hoping for good things. Not really guaranteed to get good things here, but we're hoping for good things. Let's get these 2 marketing teams on a press release. Let's get a press build out there. Let's start hyping this thing with our 2 marketing teams as well. And we'll start printing it. We are already printing it. Okay. So Xbox 360 is going out in 6 months. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Are these how much are these expansions going to make here going into the 2nd month of sales? We'll give you a fixed rate. That's fine. 14.3, 19.9. So still ridiculous amounts of money. Still over 100,000 in sales revenue. Absolutely insane. Absolute madness. Look at these amounts of money. Oh, it makes me so happy. It really does. But I am committed, I think, at this point, as silly as it may be. It really hurts to do. It really does. 4.6 million people are playing this game right now. It feels dumb to leave that on the table and be like, yeah, we're not going to do another expansion. It really does. But, oh, you know what? We're doing one more. We're doing one more. for Space Command. We're not doing another stabby face one. We're doing one more because I know the name of it. It is going to be the Final Frontier. It is a Space Command Star Trek crossover. That is what is beyond the edge of the universe, is the Star Trek universe. So that's what the next game is going to be. It's a Star Trek game. Okay, that's how we're doing it. We'll do new cutscenes to get the story and graphics in there. We'll do some 2D sprites, I guess. We want some gameplay, although I'd like to do it with AI archetypes because I think that's the easy way to do it. There we go. We've maxed it out. Final Frontier is going to be using Pixel 12, and it's going to be using Voxel 9. That seems totally fine by me. It's not going to be those teams, though. It's going to be game devs working on this. We'll just do all of them because that seems easy enough, and that should be fine. So yeah, the Final Frontier, 4.6 million potential consumers. We're working on it. It probably isn't going to take all that long to do, which is great news. We got everybody coming in here, and yeah, that design phase is going so quickly. Oh no, this is interesting. It seems like Sports Ball 7 has been brought forward quite considerably. It's now going to be an October 2022 release, so we are keeping it as a yearly franchise, which is hilarious. That's totally fine. That's something else that's making money that shouldn't be. If we look in here at Sports Ball 6, it did 23 million, which is fine. It's better than Sports Ball 5, so hopefully the little bit of time between the last one and this new one will help it make some money as well. The Final Frontier is coming along really, really nicely. It's probably going to be done today, I would imagine. I think we could probably schedule this thing in for like it's August now. We could probably say November for a release date for this guy. But I just want to make sure. I never want to take these things for granted, especially with something like an expansion that's printing me just so much money right now. I don't want to screw that up. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't really want to mess that up. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not really too worried about it. Obviously, Xbox 360 in December is kind of a huge deal. Ooh, Lynn Gordon has been in an accident and resigned. We just paid out $100,000. Is that all we pay out? Huh. That feels low. That feels low. Given that we're a $5.8 billion company, that feels low. I don't know if I feel good about that. I don't know that I feel too good about that, but that's where we are. That's what we do as a company, I guess. That's Nerdersoft. That is something. that is something is what that is. Now, it's been a couple of months for Mythic Pack and Deep Space. Are they still going to churn out a couple of million? I don't really mind if they dropped a little bit, but they're still doing pretty good. They're still doing fine. They're going to be okay. I think we can safely say that there's not going to be too many problems there. And I think we can safely say that Final Frontier is going to be, it's going to be November for Final Frontier. We'll get that scheduled in. Immediate, 250,000 followers. We can start working on a press release for this. We'll probably never release it. We'll send out a press build as well and see what people think of it. We are losing followers though, which I don't love. So we'll get some hype going on there once the marketing teams get in. And hopefully we can slow down the rate at which we're losing followers. Xbox 360, unfortunately, is not getting followers. And if we look at our reputation, people really don't care too much about our consoles. So bit of an uphill struggle on that one, I think. It is gaining a few followers, but we'll see what happens. Final Frontier is going into beta, which is amazing news. We'll go ahead and start printing, I want to say 1.5 million copies again. It seems like a safe amount to do. I think we can safely probably pull that off. Oh, this is good. Echo 10 has gone out. It is outstanding and visionary, so it will probably make some money. Not as much from Notebook 7 as I was hoping for, but that's probably fine. Plum Bob slowed down a little bit here. It's only great though, so it's not the end of the world. I love what we're seeing with these expansions. It makes me so happy. Sports Ball 7 has gone out. It is October 2022. It is outstanding. It is inspiring, which is fantastic news. And you might be interested to know that we've got 3.8 million followers for the Final Frontier. 3.9, almost 4 million. Everyone that has Space Command 6 is gonna be picking this up. So I don't know if changing this to like 2 million makes sense. I don't know that we're necessarily going to sell that many copies of the Final Frontier. I mean, we do have, admittedly, you know, the Legendary Pack, for example, sold very well, but it still has 3.1 million in stock here, so that's concerning. This one sold 1.3 million, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here, is what we'll do. I think we can maybe reduce this now to a safe little, we'll say 200,000, because this is going to have just about 2.5 million in stock once everything gets picked up. It's above 5 million now. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen something that popular. That is, that's kind of wild, is what that is. We also might be about to pass, and we did just pass 6 billion in our bank right now. Okay. Sure. Sure. Release it. Unfinished press release. I don't care. It doesn't need it. It's 5s across the board. 20,000 marketing budget. Well, did I just order copies? Hold on a minute. I don't know if I did. I might have ordered a few. This might be about to make some waves, is what this might be about to do. I don't know if I'm prepared for it. If it sells that well, I'm going to be really, really impressed. Also, Sergeant Stabby Face 4 is actually coming along really quickly, which I love to see. We might actually manage to release this before Bella retires from Nerdrasoft, which would be lovely. I would love to do that. I really, really would. Now, I will say we are starting to get some stock complaints about some stuff up here. I'm not super worried about all of that, because some of that stuff is like Echo 9, for example. We can put that in there. It's no longer being supported, but some of the other complaints are coming from stuff that is annoyingly, I hate to say it, still selling. Like Voxel 6 is still selling. Pixel 9 is probably still selling, but I'm going to take some more of these out of here because it doesn't seem right to take that one out, or you, now that I think about it. But stuff like this, Voxel 7 can go, Sports Ball 2 can go, Pixel 10, like these guys can kind of all go. I need, there's 5.3 million active users in this thing. Good Lord. I need fewer tasks for the updates, guys, because they are, and the porting guys as well. They're doing a lot right now. So take all of this out of here. We'll just kind of get a little bit of weight off their shoulders, and we'll see what happens. How many was that? How many active users? 5.3 million. If I was to do another expansion for Sally Stabby Face, it might gain a lot of active users. I'm so annoyed that I've only started taking expansions seriously at the end of this series. Like I said, 100% next Software Inc. series, we're going all in on them. We're going so hard in expansions. We really, really are. It's gonna be tedious as hell because we can't automate them, but that's fine. It's totally fine. I'm really not that worried about it. Now, what I would like to see, and I realize I'm stalling a little bit for time here, but I'm wanting to do this. I'm wanting to see, as we go into December, the Final Frontier, the most popular marketing campaign we've ever done, the biggest expansion pack, the final expansion pack for Space Command ever. We're going to be looking at a grand total of $38 million. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah. I can live with that. That's got us 138 in sales, 107 in net profit. Sure. That's fine. It's totally fine. 304 million in profits. It is now the 5th most profitable thing this company has ever done, which is great. It will probably pass Sergeant Stabby Face 3. I don't know if it'll get into the top 3 because I'm not going to be doing more expansions, but that's okay. I need to stop doing expansions because I just do. I just do. I'll be here doing it forever if I don't. So here's what's going to happen. Xbox 360 is going to be released now. It is, software is currently a lot higher than suggested based on its features and or tech levels. Suggested price is 110. Oh no. Let's do 225 because that's okay. The controller is terrible. Okay. Okay. A little bit worried about this one. I want to put all of my marketing teams on this, I think. I want to get you guys and you guys in here. Marketing 1, 4, and 5 can help work on this. 50,000 for the controller budget. And the console is a little bit better. We'll see what happens there. Let's do 75,000 for the console marketing budget. Now, before we continue, let's prioritize Xbox 360 support. We'll move it up to there. And I want to assign this to a support team that's not doing much, which is going to be support 4. So they can look after that. We'll move all of this up. So Xbox 360 controller and Xbox 360 itself can go right there. Make that a top priority. Make that a top priority. And then we need to go into my releases. We need to look at releases. We need to look at you. And we need to update something fierce is what we need to do. This thing is so outdated right now. We need a really, really big day one patch on this to hopefully about a year is not good enough for that update. I need my console guys working on this. I need my phone guys working on this. That's going to still be about a year. I need the 2D guys working on this. I need the 3D guys working on this. I need the audio guys working on this. Hardware researchers, you guys can work on this. Systems researchers, you guys can work on this. Everybody's working on this. We cannot afford for this update to take about a year. That's a major problem if it does, because Xbox 360 is going to be dead in the water. This is going to be our red ring of death controversy. Basically, if we don't get this thing into a good place. I do have my doubts because this is going quite slowly despite everyone getting to work, but hopefully it'll pick up a little bit once people kind of, I don't know, figure out what they're doing. Put this in source control. I don't know if that's going to do anything for us. It doesn't seem like it's going to. This might be a problem. Although in saying that, we are about 50% done with this update within this first month, so it might be okay. I am really not expecting Xbox 360 to make a ton of money, which is kind of sad, but we'll see if it turns even any kind of profit. We're going to be looking at a grand total of $6,300. Oh my God. No one is buying it as it's way too expensive. Update the tech or lower the price. At least we have a reason for why it's not selling. That's good, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll say that's good. No one's buying it because it sucks. We're gonna make it better. This to be fair, it is January 2023 in game right now. I'm not going to do more research because I think we've kind of got to the point where anything we research, we're not really going to see much profit on anyway. It is 2023, so it does make sense that we would release something that needs months of work after the fact, after people have given us their money. We're like, hey, we'll make it better in like 6 months time. So yeah, that kind of checks out. I will say there's no bugs to fix. So literally, how many people bought this? How many? 28. And none of them are active, by the way. None of them. The controller, did anyone buy it? No one. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I mean, yeah, fair enough. It's embarrassing, man. That is kind of embarrassing. I'm hoping we can get this done though. At least we have this patent to go through, which is great news. That is very, that's very sad. It's very, very sad that that's happened. Interestingly, Space Command 6 and Sally Stabbyface have both dropped down to, 4 and 5 or 5 and 4 million respectively. Final Frontier, 18.5 million. That's totally fine. I think my priority now, the last thing I'd like to do in this episode is get this next box update out. Do I have to update the controller? No. Okay, that's good. I was slightly concerned I might have to do that, but thankfully we don't. We have a lot of complaints up here. A cook can't find a fridge. You'll manage. We also got all of this stuff that's losing sales. Honestly, that's okay. I'm not super worried about it. We're making more money than we know what to do with right now, so it's by no means the end of the world. Now, interestingly, it seems like it is the hardware programming that's holding us back from getting this update finished, because it seems like it's taking forever, which I'm very concerned about. And also that would explain why this thing is terrible, because we don't seem to have any programmers that are good at dealing with hardware. And I might need to do something about that. I don't know if I want to bring in a team that's just good at hardware though, especially at this stage, because, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt now that I think about it, because that's also what's holding back Nebula. And we also do have some space up here where I could do a dedicated like hardware team. I don't know. I don't know if I need to do that. I really don't know if that's necessary. I mean, looking in here, hardware, yeah. There's 4 people can kind of do that. There's 3. You know what? I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to give it a shot. So let me copy this. We'll just call it the hardware team. That'll be fine. I'm going to pause while I do this as well, because if I do, then I can potentially get them in here tomorrow. We're going to copy this color. We'll go to HR management, and specializations will just be hardware in this case. And there's 15 desks in that room. So we're going to do 8 programmers, 7 designers, 0 artists. That should be fine. It's a day shift team, so that's okay. And that's what we're looking for. So this room here and this room here are going to be set up for the, for none, and then the hardware team. And then this little room is going to be set to just leaders. If I can actually right click the room, if I can right click the room and set it to leaders. And then what I can do is grab these carpets and we'll just change those to the hardware blue that we're looking for. And that should be kind of interesting. We do need to get a team leader for it, obviously. So we'll do programmer. We're looking for HR and multitasking and socialization. Skills wise, we've got you, which I'm fine with. So we're going to put you in the hardware team, and then we'll set you to their team leader. So manage roles. We'll go and do this. Make you a programmer as secondary. And in theory, that team should hopefully start filling out just a little bit with people that are really good at hardware programming. That's the goal anyway. Yeah, so we have some people in there that can do hardware programming. Let me assign them to this and see what happens, and hope for the best, and hope that they can actually, do some good things. And if this works out, I can assign them to Nebula as well, just to help get it across the line. And I can have this team go ahead and work on updating Nebula once it goes out as well. So we'll take a little look. We should have 5 programmers coming up here today to start working on this. I do really like that blue as well. It's a really, really nice shade of blue. Very big fan of that. They might not show up today now that I think about it, because they only got hired today. Oh no, they come in at night. Okay. Well, that's not ideal, but sure. Oh, look at this. Sergeant Stabby Face 4. The last stab it's in beta. Okay. When did we release Sally Stabby Face? December 2020. I think in that case, we're going to schedule this for December of 2023. And that is going to be the last game that Bella is the lead designer on. It's a little sad, but it's going to be good. It's going to be a good one. I'm hoping it's going to have a lot of followers. We've seen huge amounts of success from Sally Stabby Face and its expansions. We're hoping that Xbox 360 is going to be good. We're hoping it's going to be good once we get this update out. There's still no bugs to fix several months later, but we should have a dedicated hardware team coming in here to hopefully fix it up a little bit and hopefully push this update just across the line to let us release it. That's the hope anyway. Whether or not it works, I don't know. A lot of people retiring, none of them team leaders though, which I'm totally fine with. Come on. I just need this update to go out. We have this patent, which is great. It's lovely that we have that. I'd like this up. Oh, we have this one as well. I'd love this update to go out today. I don't think it's going to happen though, unfortunately. That's a shame. That's a real shame that this hasn't got done in April. It's taken way too long to do. It's embarrassing how Xbox 360 has sold 28 units. That's really not good. It's a really abysmal. It's about as bad as you can get for a console launch. And if all those people aren't playing the same game and they have some multiplayer, I mean, no one's going to make anything for an Xbox 360 if it doesn't sell. So we kind of need, I mean, the update's done, which is good. So it's possible that people might now move to pick it up. Now, Stabby Face 4, 9,000 followers. That's not bad. This press release, I'm hoping, is going to help us a little bit. Looking up this way, 6.4 on this expansion, 1.7 on Sally Stabby Face, 3.9 on Space Command 6. Looking at profits, Space Command 6 is here, 324 million, 319 for Sally Stabby Face. And I guess if we go and look at the all-time software releases for profits, we do have an operating system from 2019 at the top here. We have another operating system from 2013 at the top here. We have an RPG in here still with 4.9 million active users from 2019. That's interesting. It's actually very interesting that they have 4.9. We have 5.7 here. Have they done a lot with expansions? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've done 182 million. If we look at add-on profits, we are the 4th most profitable add-on of all time, which I'll take. I'm sort of okay with that, or set of add-ons. That makes me want to do more of them. But thematically, it makes no sense for Nerdosoft to do another Space Command expansion because the Final Frontier was the Final Frontier, and we are now moving on to the final Sergeant Stabby Face game, The Last Stab, which, you know what? Just because it is, just because it's the last Sergeant Stabby Face, and it is technically a new creative team that's working on it, we're not going to call it Sergeant Stabby Face 4. It is going to be, I might just call it The Last Stab, because again, we're doing this whole narrative thing, right? The creative team doing this one is like, you know, we've done Sergeant Stabby Face 1, 2, and 3. We did Private Stabby Face and Sally Stabby Face. I need to stop saying the word Stabby Face. This one isn't, you know, it was marketed initially as Sergeant Stabby Face 4, or they referred to it as that. But then they were like, you know, someone gets up on a stage, they give an interview to like IGN, and they're like, hey, let's be, this isn't Sergeant Stabby Face 4. This is the culmination of the stories that we have told through the first 3 games, the prequel and the spin-off. This game is this is the Marvel Spider-Man 2 of the franchise, where they're this is going to be like the Halo 2 of the franchise, where you're not just playing as Sergeant Stabby Face, you can also play as Sally Stabby Face. I hate myself for this. Yeah, The Last Stab, which I've realized also sounds like that one thing from Hot Ones. So, sure, we're just going to call it The Last Stab. That's amazing. Oh man, It's going to be good. December 2023. It's not far away. We're not going to be seeing that today, though. That's going to be a next episode kind of deal. I want to see. The only thing I'm concerned about today is, will Xbox 360 make any money now that we've updated it? The answer to my question is no. No. Oh, man, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. That's not right. Are we... I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Let's get Sports Ball 7 on there. Let's get, is Sports Ball 7 good? It's okay. Sports Ball 6 is good too. Let's, I cannot believe that. That's really embarrassing. Let's get these guys onto Xbox 360 as well, because at least then we can put some of our own games on it and hope for the best, right? That's what we're gonna do. That's actually upsetting. That is genuinely quite upsetting that that's happened. I think it might still just be too expensive, right? That's probably what's going on. If we look at all releases and we look for an Xbox 360 console operating system, $225. These guys did $248. Wait, theirs didn't sell either. Hold on a minute. Yeah, no, they didn't. Well, no, they have 24,000 active users, but other than that, you know, I've got 28, they've got 24,000. It's really not that big of a difference. It's probably fine. That's really embarrassing, man. I was hoping that it would be good, but apparently not. Let's get the console guys, God help them, on on Nebula. We'll get the hardware guys on Nebula as well to try and speed that up a little bit. And hopefully good things happen. Hopefully we see Nebula as a bit more of a success than I can't believe that. It's genuinely quite embarrassing. It has widespread marketing, man. It's just no one cares about my console. Oh, I mean, are we best employer at least? Absolutely. Best product is going to be Echo 10, apparently. Best designer presumably is going to be me in that case, which, yep. And most profitable product is going to be Voxel 9. Okay. I mean, that's okay, I guess. We have one more little slot up here for an award, so we'll put it right there. That's a little bittersweet to see as well. I love my little awards room. I'm really proud of that. I really am. I'm a little upset that we don't have the original awards. I'm still kind of bitter about that one, but all things considered, I love the little awards room that we have going on. That's kind of nice. It's nice to see, you know? Wait, we just got $2,700 for an Xbox 360. Did we just sell some more of that? Oh, we have 40 net units sold. Not one person playing it. Hold on, how many refunds? None. Nice. That's 40 satisfied customers is what that is. That's 40 satisfied customers. Probably. Anyway, Sports Ball 8 has gone out. It is outstanding and inspiring, which is great news. Very, very quick turnaround on that as well, but I really like that Sports Ball has solidified itself as a staple franchise for Nerdrosoft now. It's easy money, which is great. But I think that's going to do us for today. I think we've discovered some things about this industry, the software industry. In this episode, we're looking at crazy amounts of money for these two games. So we did, admittedly, manage to sort of repeat what I'd talked about the July 2011 sweep. It's not quite as successful, but December 2020 did have a bit of a sweep. We're looking at still 5.2 million users here. If we were to go and make another expansion for Space Command 6, I'm sure it would have crazy numbers. It would have a great following, but I promise you, if I do that, there will be absolutely another 15 episodes of this series, and every single one of them is just going to be, oh, expansions. So I figure it's probably better to sort of take that forward, learn from it, and do good things in the future. But that's going to do us for today. That is going to be it for today. Bella has released her final game, which is, well, no, she hasn't actually. It's not out yet. I take that back. She will be in the next episode. That'll be the last game that Bella does. I don't think the employees quit in 2024. I think they leave at the start of 2025 is when I think they go. So if we look at years with the company, we have me, 63. Yeah, so you have employees that are 64. Once they tick over to be 65, I think that's when they quit. So they will see through 2024. They will not see through 2025 because they're old and they need to quit. They need to resign. They need to go and retire. So that's the plan. We need to get the last stab out the door. And that'll be about it. Nebula 2, that'll probably be the last big release from Nerdrasoft. So the next episode might be a little bit shorter than the last, I don't know, 10 of them, because there's not a whole lot left to do, but we do just want to see out the end of the original founder era for Nerdrasoft, and we might want to get someone in, someone new in here to kind of appoint as a CEO, but we'll see. That's going to do us for today either way. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.